sentence in your head. There ain't no finish line. Call no man happy till he's dead. There's a pressure behind my soul. I can feel it in my bones. There's a storm coming.
All right, and welcome. I am Michael, pronouns he, him, and I am running Ars Magica tonight. We want to introduce ourselves.
I'm Sarah, she, her. I am playing Viz, a rogue, pronouns they, them tonight.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm he, him. I'm playing Xaldin, who is my magi, and he is uncovering something maybe today. I don't know.
Ooh.
Stuff. Yeah,
to
cool.
say.
He, him also.
Hello, I am Nessa, she, her for me, and also she, her for Gisele. She is kind of haunted, literally and figuratively, by her past ex-husband and kind of just like ghosts. The specter of marriage haunts her, and she is here to assist. She's a good assistant.
All right, I'm gonna just grab something here real quick, get the right thing, because unfortunately, there we go. We should have. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't like to, for some reason, it doesn't like to pull from the file for Streamlabs. Instead, it just goes ahead and grabs from some cloud space. Where I'm like, let it put on a file. So I've already changed the file. It keeps your names and such correct for your characters you're playing. All right, do we want to go over what had happened last time?
Yes. Also, I checked the Twitch a little bit, and I didn't hear an echo. Knock on wood.
Nice.
Because last time we fixed it, maybe. Again, knock on wood. I have my clipboard with my very messy notes. So we went to Demetrius, myself, Gisele, Viz, who's kind of like a rogue-ish, and one of our magi, Xaldin. Why did I blank on Xaldin's name for a second? We went to town. Oops. Sorry.
Demetrius?
Yes. Sorry, something got unmuted, and I was like, why is noise happening? In my headphones. We met a man named Pentalos? Either way, Viz went on a side quest with the Thieves Guild, and Xaldin and I immediately were like, hey, so what's going on here? And they're like, giant badgers and sheep are invading the town. And we were like, what now? And they were like, you heard me. So we decided to look into it. And turns out giant badgers and sheep have been invading the town. With like weird colors too. Like the first one Xaldin meets is like a giant orange sheep. That is dead, obviously. That has been hunted. So while Viz is also, Gisele finds out her ex-husband has sworn revenge and is talking smack about her in bars. But we all go out while Viz is on a date with people's empty houses as they flee from the animal attacks. And Xaldin manages to kill basically all of them with a Tomb of Canis spell. We run into a trapper, and the few that do survive, Xaldin strips naked and runs after them.
In tiger form.
In tiger form. But in human form, briefly, for a moment. But yeah, he goes and he checks out be like, this is strange. The sheep and the badgers are just chilling out here. surely I'll be able to discover what's going on. And then they just kind of vanish. And then that was kind of where we ended it.
Mhm.
TLDR, Badgers.
Okay, so Ars Magica is not like a lot of other role-playing games. It is a game in which the players all have their mages, which are very powerful because it's like, hey, D&D mages should be even more powerful than they are, and says we're not going to mess with balance. You so it is about the mages themselves and the covenant around them. So each of them has a mage. They have a companion who is a character that can be tied much more deeply into the story, and then there are the grogs, which are just essentially the other people that are associated with the covenant. And those are a pool that any of the players can grab. So each has a mage, each has a companion, and the grogs are generally up for wraps, though occasionally people will claim specific grogs to be their own. All right, so last, I believe we had ended with people sort of coming back into the town of Demetrius after the, I think in the morning after you had watched for quite some time.
Yes, I eventually went to go find Xaldin because it has a terrible sense of direction.
I was lost, and Gisele found me.
Well, you just started, like, you didn't even try to find your way. You just started yowling until I came to you.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I respect it. I'd rather you do that than be more lost.
Probably freaked out a lot of people because tigers are not a thing you normally find in Greece. At least I don't believe it is in 1226. Are we 1223?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's also they probably don't know what a tiger sounds like, so they just hear weird screaming.
Okay. So a few things I want to go over real quick. Sarah, what was Viz's dark secret?
So Viz is a rogue and a thief, and they tend to steal non-discriminately. And they tend to steal things when people are whether or not they should be doing it or not. So they took something from, I forgot what I said. I think it was like a town elder someplace, and now
We'll say the dean.
The dean of
dean of the
Demetrius?
church. Yeah, the dean of Demetrius.
The dean of Demetrius. So now they've got a price on their head. Oh no, I said it was like another criminal organization. Like he took something from the treasure of another.
Let's switch it to let's make it the church. It gives us
okay.
Yeah, because there'll be like not usually tons of different criminal organizations.
So yeah, Viz is a price on their head.
All right, and Viz is, I think, was Viz one you created from scratch, or was that one created for another?
It was a rogue template that I just altered for one of our first sessions.
Okay, yeah, we'll say if we're altering the future, I know Viz is technically a companion because Viz has a lot of flaws. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's one thing like we're making grogs. Remember, you have 3 points of flaws. So Viz has got a little bit more. We'll just keep an eye on those for later on. So Viz, I think we had crashed out with some friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you crashed out with some friends. We've got Xaldin, you have found your way back. And Gisele, when you get back to the Demetrius itself, is Xaldin, are you probably crashing for a while? Or did you sleep out there? Yeah. You went through the evening. You take you find your way into the bedroom you go and you crash. Gisele, you got sleep, correct? Or did you wait in the thing for a long time?
Yeah, no, I was awake all night waiting for Xaldin to come back. Okay. So I don't think maybe I got like an hour or two, but not the full thing.
Okay. So probably about the same thing. And Pentelis, who you had been working with, like you kind of pass him on the way out, and as he's kind of coming through and he looks at you, he's like, "Did something happen while you were out last night?"
Spent all night waiting for an investigation to wrap up regarding the badgers and the sheep.
But something else, because the dean's been calling guards in all day. He's cut off a good portion of the people who are supposed to be here in the castle itself. We've been kicked out.
I mean, aside from the They ran through like a home or two, but I mean, I don't. That was about common for you guys before when this was happening, right? That doesn't seem out of the ordinary.
He just kind of shakes his head and goes, I mean, that's been happening the last few days, but he's personally calling guards in, and he's been fairly short-tempered, so I didn't know if there was something else that had happened last night.
Not to my knowledge, but
I'm not there, right?
Correct. And as you kind of start to head your way, there's a guard actually comes up to you, Gisele, and goes, "The dean would like to speak with you."
well, I'm sure this is good news.
Okay. Pull up the
I follow him to the dean.
Dean Victor is it comes into his office. There you see several guards are just like leaving and sprinting out towards the city. They bring you in. He just looks and goes, "The person, one of the people in your entourage last night, Viz.
Yes,
Do you know where they're at?"
at this present moment, no.
Sure. Viz,
Eh,
you didn't go to the castle itself. I think you went else. You went into the city.
We went to the homes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you weren't. I don't think you actually went into the like where people are staying in the castle
No.
No.
or like
No.
in the uh the ruler's place.
Yeah.
Because we had people that were looking. Well, they've been looking for Viz for quite some time, and according to our information, came in with your group. Now I know that Xaldin has been out all night. Seemed quite tired and deserves his rest. So I thought I would speak with you because in the past we have worked together decently well. What do you know about Viz?
Give me a number.
I kind of cocks up.
What did they take? How much was it worth? How much money is it going to take to go away? I think we know where this is going, and there's going to be a lot of back and forth. But when it comes down to it, this is one of our people now, and we have a certain number in mind of what they are worth to us, and you have a certain number in mind of what whatever was taken is worth to you.
Question, Sarah.
Yeah.
Can Viz read?
I don't think he
Probably
can. I don't
not.
think they can. No.
Almost certainly.
Among the things you took was a diary.
Ooh.
We'll say at this point, I think you'd heard that there was a commotion about it, and they've been trying to track down who did it. So I think you probably have not shown it to anybody as of yet.
Mhm.
There's a couple other things too, like basically a smaller box that had in it some jewels and some other stuff that no one was sort of paying attention to. You were kind of able to throw in some cloth on it so that it wasn't going to. Oops. Some cloth on it so that it wasn't going to make noise. And you took that sucker and ran. And now, so the Victor just kind of like looks over at you and goes, the amount of money it was taken was a few hundred worth a few £100 of silver, but there was a personal journal taken that was worth much more.
Okay, personal journal. And if the item is returned to you, is it just the silver?
Just kind of takes a moment. Let's see what he thinks about you.
Yeah.
Let me
I feel like
bring up.
Gisele should be more like charming, but she's also been up all night. She just
Yeah,
she's
no,
like,
but
Jesus Christ,
I would
man,
say
I'm doing this for a diary.
no, I do like this part of Giselle. I'm thinking of. I'm trying to remember. Let me find your character stuff real quick. Companions, Giselle, because I know you've got. Yeah, there is the Curse of Venus you have, but I'm trying to remember if you had stuff. You gossip, good at athletics, enduring constitution, strong for and enchantment. Um, to it, make a. Oh yeah, 6 charm. Yeah, make a charm roll.
Okay. I was going to say, charm.
Partly, I'm
nice.
going to see. I want to see how much he's learned to trust you because there's the fact that people fall in love with you.
Yeah.
You can be enchanting.
I'm going to make it a stress just for funsies. 14.
All right. For those people who might be looking at this going, hey, I don't know what a 14 means. An average sort of roll, let me just double check the specifics. Usually it's like 9. 14 is considered, 9 is average. 15 is considered very hard. Something to be like skilled and talented characters will fail about half the time, but very skilled and highly talented characters succeed about 70% of the time. So that's fairly good. So yeah, he's got a pretty good opinion of you. Some of it might be that the Curse of Venus will make people more apt to you, but also the fact that you're a scribe, the fact that you probably worked with him a few times, getting some things copied, information taken down between Demetrius and Apollo Maria. Y'all have worked together, and in that time, he's gotten some trust with you. So he just leans forward and he goes, "If you can make certain that nothing in that book has either been read, because I doubt Viz knows their letters, or shared with anyone else, and you believe them, and they never enter the town again, then I'll let the rest go. But I need that back."
All right, I will go find them and retrieve it and bring it back unread.
And then tell them to leave town as quickly as possible.
That's good.
I have
I'm not
people
gonna lie,
looking.
I was ready to remove one of their hands if need be.
He just takes a moment and goes,
They're better with. I would prefer not to, though. They're better to us with hands.
"I hope they're worth a lot to your mages."
I don't think any of us are worth very much to the mages.
And just kind of gives a bit of a guff. Well, from what I've seen, that seems to be par for the course.
All
That's
right. Well,
probably an anachronism. I don't think golf existed in 1200. In 1223, I don't think it's not to be score for some other game.
Conkers.
Yeah.
You know, Conkers is a real game. I thought that was just some bullshit they made up for the hobbits. And I was like chatting with my roommate who's more familiar with British people and, you know, stuff. And he was like, no, that's a real game. You play with chestnuts. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Do squirrels sometimes get involved?
No, it's two chestnuts that you tie together like nunchucks, and then you just hit each other, and whoever drops their chestnut or not chestnuts, you know those like spiky nuts?
Thistles?
No, they're like they're like a nut that falls, but like before they're like shelled, they kind of have like a very rough, spiky outside.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
but it's just hitting people with chestnuts until they drop their chestnuts.
I've only played it with D's.
Exactly. Steve.
Before
Yes.
that, Viz.
Yeah.
You're woken up just to on the door of your friend, the thief, who you were with, Daphne's door. So Daphne's just kind of a bit of a headache, like from the drinking. What? Daphne, let me in. And she's kind of got a bit of a hangover. Looks over at you, sleeping on the floor, and goes, "It's a friend. Answer the door, please."
Biz gets up, opens the door.
Amanda comes in, not particularly well shaven, dressed kind of dark, like it's like the morning stuff has been up for a bit, probably another thief, by the look of him, and just goes, You'd be Viz, wouldn't you? Seems like someone at the castle's searching for you. There are guards canvassing the place, asking people, going to the home of some of the known thieves and other associates of ours. They've been asking questions and they've been giving you a description.
Oh, is it last night?
Daphne just like, we weren't seen last night.
We were near the castle last night.
What kind of enemies did you make, Viz?
I don't know.
Wait, is this that wizard you're with? Are they searching for you for him?
I don't know. I don't think so. The mages don't care what I do. Just do what I do.
And there's several of us, because there were several of us who knew that you were with me last night. And depending on what they have with them, if they're threatening people, I believe they'll keep their mouths shut, but that doesn't mean other people didn't see us all leave together.
Is this a hint they leave?
It might be dangerous for you.
I'll go.
Where are you going to, though?
Back.
All right.
And then I go to the window and kind of hop out the window.
They're just gonna watch you out the window. He's standing by the door, going like, "I haven't gotten here yet." And you start making your way through the city.
Yeah, Viz is going across the roofs, just kind of like hopping across. I think they're very used to trying to like hide themselves, even when they're not doing.
Make a stealth roll. I think you probably have a benefit in that, or a specialty.
I have great dexterity, great quickness, perfect balance.
No, for your skill, your ability it should have a specialty. Anybody, if you've got a skill without a specialty, what you want to do is you want to put one on there. That's the thing you get a +1 in. Like if yours is urban, if yours is urban areas, you get a +1 when you're sneaking through a city.
Sorry, abilities. Stealth, yeah.
And then for stealth, do you have a specialty?
Being quiet.
Okay, that specialty won't count here, but go ahead and make your roll.
All right. Stress die or simple die?
Stress die. 17. Yeah, because you got like some amazing stats there, I think. With so you managed to get your way out without too much of a problem, and you're out of the city and heading your way back.
Yeah.
You managed to go out through. There's an old a place that used to be an old gate. Stuff had mostly gotten bricked up, but there's still a good place there where you can essentially just squeeze on out and make your way elsewhere. And that is where you go. You managed to escape the city. Gisele.
Steve, I know this because I sneaked a look at your character sheet while shit was happening. But do you think / has Gisele ever seen you do anything that involved like magically enhanced tracking? Like where you're smelling, but it's like that person's like 8 miles away. Like you wouldn't actually be smelling them that good.
I don't believe he has any kind of magic like that.
Okay.
He can make animals bigger, but
Is Cassie outside of town, or we just straight up left her at home?
She's at home, probably with Penn, because there aren't many people that he would trust to look after her. So, yeah, Cassie would not be home, or would not be here.
Yeah, bringing a tiger into a city is.
Last time we brought the tiger, they got very angry. So,
yeah. Even when you left her outside, which was like so polite of you. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The Nessa in me is like, well, she would know that that Viz left town. The Gisele in me is like, okay, first step, go to Thieves Guild. Although I'm sure whoever the mayor has been, or the dean has sent out has already done that, but like.
Michael, how long ago do you think I took this diary? Was this like last night or was this like weeks ago?
It's probably about maybe a year or so ago. We've probably been looking for it for a while.
Gotcha.
You still have
probably the last time Xaldin came through and did the went through all the fields and such.
So I think that in the Covenant, Viz probably does have this diary still because it's not gold. It's not jewels. It's not valuable by any means. It looks like it's just an old diary. And they're like, they just put it on a shelf. I'm like, because they're not going to sell it for anything because it's not valuable, but they don't want to like give it up because they took it fair and square. So.
And if it is valuable, by the time you get someone who can look through it to know it's valuable, then someone else already knows the information.
Yeah.
They might be able to sell it. You don't know who that would be. Plus, if you got to trust someone who knows how to read enough to also be like, hey, this seems to be from the leader of the local church. It is weird to say dean. That was the correct thing for it. But I think dean, I always just think like, that's the guy in the school that takes care of when things go wrong.
Yeah. Can I make an awareness roll? And if I somehow, which will be impossible, get larger than Viz, I see Viz like out of the corner of my eye, like jumping over a rooftop or something.
I think by the you're in different areas. You've also been up
fair.
all night.
Yeah,
you're probably also pretty exhausted. Or did you head out? Do you talk to Xaldin?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna try to find Xaldin. Because maybe he can come up with something on the fly.
Yeah,
Magic.
Xaldin is conked out.
I'm out cold. I'm asleep, snoring very loudly.
All right. I guess just straight to the Thieves Guild, I guess.
All right.
I love that Giselle's afraid to wake Xaldin up.
A very exhausted Gisele makes her way. Like I said, have you maybe been out like drinking with Viz or something before and saw where some of these places are?
Yeah, but also Gisele knows she's been in town before, and she knows her way around stuff.
All right. Yeah, you know some people to go and talk to. Um, uh, Give me a gossip roll to see what kind of things you've learned in the past.
Could I do I have gossip, but I also have guile. I feel like maybe that would be
Do the gossip roll. The gossip right now is to find out what stuff you've already figured out before. Guile is sort of the active when you're dealing with somebody and trying to like trick them in certain ways. This is more for what information you have.
okay. Do I have gossip? I thought I just had guile and intrigue.
Oh wait, you at least have gossip as a Oh, you've got gossip as a virtue,
Hey.
which I think a simple roll of 6+ will treat all the reputations as twice their actual. Make an intrigue roll then.
Okay. 12. Not bad.
Okay. Yeah, you are aware of Daphne being someone that Viz often would get together with. Like it was a partner that Viz would go on jobs with when you came back into town. Because you probably actually you've had like some because you like to steal stuff, Viz, and being a part of the as long as Xaldin doesn't find out, at the times you've come back, you've had access to the castle and the church next to it, which there's a lot of stuff there. And there's a lot of places people don't go that has lots of fancy stuff, and there's things that people aren't going to necessarily notice if they go for a while. Yeah, you know that,
like stuff.
You know that Viz is taking some jobs with Daphne, and you know where Daphne lives because y'all ended up back at Daphne's one night after a night of drinking.
All right, I guess I go straight to Daphne's.
Okay, when you knock on the door, you just hear, "Can I just get some sleep?" And the door opens up, and she just like looks at you. She looks a little green, and just like, Gisele. Oh God.
Where are they?
They left already. We weren't aware. We didn't know if it was your mage looking for Viz or someone else. We just know that there were guards out and about knocking on doors and trying to figure out where Viz was. When you showed up, I was afraid they'd been followed. Whoever who had come here to warn us had been followed, but I'm guessing not.
They've left town?
Yeah, so they went back. They're going to go back to Apollo Maria.
Where's the nearest horse stable?
Point you to one.
All right. I guess that this episode, Gisele goes on a side quest.
Right. So, Gisele, are you headed on your way back? Oh,
Viz, you're on your way.
Yeah.
All right, I grab a horse and I try to catch up as best I can. I'm assuming they're not on a horse,
Okay.
so
No.
Yeah. So yeah, you start making your way that way. Go ahead, give me. But actually, we'll say this both with Sarah and Nessa. Both of you make like an awareness roll, partly to see if you see each other. Because while Viz is sort of trying to be stealthy, I'm assuming if you see just Gisele on a horse, you're not necessarily going to be hiding. So
What
this
it
is,
reminds me of, it's that meme of for the Umbrella Academy, where the two cars passing by.
but I don't see
uh,
shit because I got a 4 and you got a 12.
yeah. So Viz, while you're kind of making your way through some of the woods and forests, out of sight of the road, but not too far from it. It's easy for one person to kind of go through here and not be seen. At one point, you do see Gisele like headed down the road, and there's nobody around. Like you can wait for a little bit and see Gisele go by. You're not seeing a tail. You're not seeing any people like following, and there's kind of crested a hill so that anybody who would be watching from further away would now no longer be able to see where Gisele is.
Do you think I would? Do you Ness, do you think that Viz and Gisele trust each other?
I'm gonna say this: absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, I think we probably went out drinking once, but I don't think Gisele gives off like Gisele at best is like your boss's secretary. Like she can and will tattle. She won't if it's something minor, but if you were like, if it was something major, she'd be like, cool, cool, cool. I gotta go to the next room. Don't worry about it. You know, that kind of vibe at work where it's like you can talk, but then you say something a little bit too not safe for work, and then you're like, oh, shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think I was gonna say if they trust each other, I was gonna say that Viz would approach Gisele or sneak up on Gisele like, hi.
Yeah.
But
Are
no.
we in like woods yet? Because I do think once we're in woods, I might be able to get a better grasp of you.
Yeah, I think we're in like wilderness type area, or like that like the field between the two, between Demetrius and the Covenant.
Sarah, you are breaking up.
The road. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Knock on wood.
Okay. I think that we're in like we're on the road that like leads to a Pomeria road, the road that we control. We're not like in woods proper. We're just kind of like along that road.
Michael, do you think setting like a basic hunting trap goes under hunting?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till we get to the once it hits the wooded section, I'm going to lay a trap and then hide in wait. It's like best I can.
Okay. Yeah, make a hunt roll. I would say at this point, I'm assuming Viz, um, since you have seen Gisele, are you keeping an eye on her?
I don't think Viz thinks Giselle's a threat necessarily. I think it's like one of those things like, oh, she's there. All right. Oh, cool. Like,
What kind of trap are you making, Gisele?
I think like one of those like trying to hide as best I can, one of those like circle ones that gets you by the ankle and hoists you up.
Okay. Gisele, or rather, Viz, let's have you make another awareness roll as you're making your way through, because there's a little like a small like path that makes it not too hard to get through.
Damn it!
As you're on your way up, you start to see a place where things have been arranged.
your awareness is so good. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You get to a place where you can tell that there's some things that have been arranged. Stuff has been sort of taken care of, and as you're up there, someone has clearly laid a trap of some sort. And this is not a place where you would really put things for rabbits or other things.
I have a thought. Viz does not suspect Gisele of doing this. Viz suspects someone from Demetrius, whoever was looking for them.
What do you do?
I happen to a tree. I know. I'm going to. Okay.
You can just walk around it.
Think
It's
about
just a rope.
think about what you're doing here.
I know. I
When
know.
Xaldin,
Yeah.
you wake up after some time, and you're in there. What are you doing while you were there?
Well, forget like why we actually came.
Some of it was just to, talk to get ready because you're going to be going out soon to do the spells on the
Oh, yeah.
fields. And
So-
back like Vakellen, the Earl of Demetrius, is someone who you've gotten to know over the last several years.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna like get up, clean up, and then I'm gonna like look for Gisele because like I wanna like talk about what happened last night. So I think I'm just like wandering the castle aimlessly, just like turning every corner, going like Gisele,
Michael,
Gisele.
can I make a roll to see if I like left word or a note or something, or I just had to think of that
We'll
earlier?
say so far because you weren't aware you weren't coming back. You just
Yeah.
sort of left. Yeah, as you're looking through, what you've heard is no one's sort of heard about Gisele. You do hear some people talking in the halls, like, no, the hunter trapped one of the large ones. We heard he was like taking some of the skin into the market and was selling it today. I heard it was gigantic. No, a badger of some sort.
I'm gonna walk up to the two that are talking. And you're saying that someone is selling the large badgers
Oh,
in the town.
yeah, my cousin who works, my cousin's a guard who works in the market that came back for lunch and was saying that someone brought in one of the gigantic badger pelts from one of the ones that came out. It says apparently the rest of it, the meat or whatever, was being kept, but like the skin itself had been separated incredibly well and was basically looking to sell that for a pretty good amount of money. Here's the thing you would know, depending on, if someone was collecting Reese from it, which I don't think you have the magic really to determine where Reese and such is, because one of the things some of your characters will want to get is some Vim magic, is useful for like determining where that is. But there will probably be some magic in at least some of those. Not all of them are going to have enough concentrated magic, but like magical creatures, especially like powerful ones, can hold a lot of magic within them. But yeah, so it probably wouldn't be in the skin, but it is possible if someone was going through and taking them, was if they knew about it, they could be taking that. If not, they've maybe wasted a lot of magic.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at them like, okay, thank you for the information. Also, do you know who I am?
Oh yes, I'm sure. Lord Vakellen or Earl Vakellen asked to see you as soon as you had woken up.
Okay, thank you. Can one of you take me to him?
And they just kind of look and I have it. Sure, yes. And they kind of show you through. That one hallway looks a lot like another. You haven't been here all that often, so it's easy to get kind of turned around. They take you into a kitchen. A kitchen area. There's like a dining hall area. They go through the kitchen, and in there, the dining hall, he's sitting there eating lunch with a few of his advisors. He looks up and goes, "I heard you had a long evening."
It was more than an evening. I didn't get back until this morning.
We had information about a naked mage at one point.
Well, I can't very well. It's not worthy about it. I had to strip to follow the animals, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. I took out a big chunk of them.
We apparently we had some people who were working on cleaning up the amount you had there. A lot of the creatures underneath it were killed. Some of the smaller ones managed to escape and get out. But yeah, there was a good amount. They said you chased them into the woods.
I did. I found a clearing where they were staying. I was able to scare them off from there. I think they're going to be back. I'm going to try to have people ready to follow them tonight. But I'm looking for my scribe. Have any of you seen her?
They kind of looked like no. And then at which point, Pentelis, It says, I spoke briefly with Gisele this morning as you were coming back. Uh, the dean wished to speak with her. The dean been sending out guards all day. And then Callan's like, I was unaware of this. And Pentelis looks over and goes, I figured you were aware the two of you work together fairly closely. He looks and goes, perhaps your scribe has been with the dean.
Okay. I would like is the dean available to speak with?
Probably. Dean's usually in the church.
Okay, thank you. I will head that way. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, Xaldin is going to find the first person that is one of the retinue that he brought with him and be like, until we find Gisele, you do not leave my side.
Yeah, there's just one guy. Do one of you want to play the person who's
I can do that.
okay? We can just get a name. We don't necessarily need to have a thing. What's the person?
Baxter.
Baxter.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm just be like, you. What's your name?
Baxter, you've been probably eating in the kitchen, maybe talking with some of the people there.
I'm Baxter.
Baxter,
my
you are to
liege?
come. You're done eating. You're coming with me. You're not to leave my side
Hey.
until we find Gisele. You can bring the
Okay.
food with you, but we have to go to
Oh.
the church. Take me to the church.
Okay, yeah. This way, my liege.
Baxter, this is where you're thankful. This is one of the mages that doesn't make your skin want to crawl off of itself.
I feel like Xaldin is the most liked of the mages for that reason.
Yeah,
Definitely.
just because you're the one who can be the most liked, because for everyone else, they just automatic. The fact that also between setting people off and the fact that none of the mages seem to care of other people around when they're like, we might have to kill just all of the people that are feral. You are kind of cavalier with human lives.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are go through you basically take Xaldin to the church. How well is the fact known around Pano Maria that you have a terrible sense of direction?
I would think that the cannon fodder
Mhm.
don't know, but anyone who's like worked with him, like have gone on trips with him or got
Anyone whose name you would know?
Yeah.
Anyone who's
with-
seen the bell we installed.
have you seen Jeff? I'm looking for. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's talked about. I think
Okay.
people know that he gets lost
Yeah,
easily.
it's right. You have a guide quite a bit, and then the guy. Yeah. So Baxter, what do you do?
I lead. So I have to lead him to the church. All right, so I lead him to the church. Like, here, my liege. Should I come in with you?
I said you don't leave my side until we find Gisele. So yes.
Gotcha. Okay, come in the church.
Gonna go in, just like, I would like to speak with Dean Victor, please.
And there's a moment where you see you're taken to sort of a secretary of sorts, and he looks up, kind of a bookish man who normally doesn't let anybody just go in to see the dean, but they also know who you are. And he goes, a moment while I speak with Dean Victor.
Okay.
Heads in, just a moment later, comes back out and goes, Dean Victor will see you.
Thank you kindly. Now, I turn to Baxter. You can wait here now. I'll be back momentarily.
Gotcha. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. You go in, and Victor's in his study. There's a soldier that's in there, and he goes, as you kind of pop in, he goes, we searched, spoke to a number of their compatriots, talked to some of the lowlifes, to beat a few of them. We've heard of some of the companions, the people that they've normally worked with, but we're trying to search down any leads. We've had no luck so far. He goes, good, keep searching. Ah, welcome. Comes over to you and offers sends a hand.
I'll take his hand. Like, I was told that you spoke with my scribe Gisele this morning, and I cannot find her.
Yes, please. We were looking for one of your people in your retinue. Liz. You know them?
I feel like he has to think for a minute. It's like, isn't that little rogue that talked to me last night? Little rogue, right?
I know
I'm
him.
him.
That
Can't
can't
be
be.
that
He's
little
that little
guy.
guy who spoke to me.
Maybe last
Yeah,
night.
basically. Like I believe I know them. I think they spoke to me last night. They were going on a date instead of coming with us to our. I digress. What is going on with Viz?
Viz stole something last year. We've been searching for them, discovered that they had been with you and yours at the Covenant for a few years. I don't know how valuable they are to you, but what they stole from me was important to me.
How long have you known they were at the Covenant? You could have sent word.
We did not know how smart it was to delve into the personnel matters of the mages. We're hoping, because Viz occasionally comes back into the city, we're hoping to catch them when it comes through, and there was some discretion I was hoping for because matters of a private nature were taken from me.
Okay, what was stolen from you? I will attempt to get it back.
The jewels and
And
the
you can
rest,
do with
and
Viz whatever you want. I don't care.
that I like to hear. The jewels and other things that Viz stole were annoying. However, there was a journal that was kept, which has both many things secret and many things sentimental to me. Now, granted, I don't think Viz has their letters and has any idea how to read any of the things that were taken, but the things that were taken, there are many others who would have a problem if that information was to be let out. Things kept in secret, things it was best to remember, but not to have known.
I understand. All right. So if Viz still has that book, I assume it is at Apana Maria. I will make sure that it is found and brought back to you post haste. But that still doesn't answer the question of where Gisele is.
I spoke with
Uh,
Giselle about. We'd heard that Viz came in with all of you this morning. Viz never made it into the castle. Uh, we had people searching about once I discovered Viz was in the town. I spoke to Giselle to find out if she might know anything. I've worked with the two of you over this past few years. You've been an amazing help to the city. You've helped keep the fields coming in bountiful. You are, I believe, the relationship that we have created over the last few years is one that I wish to continue and hope to remain strong. Both you and Giselle are people who I've held close over the past few years. I talked to Giselle. I figured Giselle would probably come and speak to you. I knew you had been out and went to crash. I know that Giselle has a tendency to keep track of a good deal of what's happening with the people in your covenant, but where she went, I have no idea.
okay. Thank you for the information. Um, is there any way you can let the guards know that if they see Giselle, stop her so that she can be brought back to me? I j- she has this thing where everyone who looks at her tends to think she's the most beautiful thing in the world, and I worry.
Well, perhaps some of the rest of us haven't spent as much time around Fey Queens as you and yours have, but many of us believe that Giselle might be the most beautiful thing in the world, but I will tell the guards.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I do as well look forward to our continued relationship. It's been most beneficial to the both of us. But I must continue to go look for Giselle.
All right.
Also, I plan to do some more with those animals tonight, but I will deal with that after I find Giselle.
Excellent. I, if my confidences can be kept, you have an even stronger friend in me.
I have no care what is in your diary, and if I find it, it will not be read. I don't care.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave, like bow, say my pleasantries, go out, and I'm gonna go up to Baxter and be like, I need everyone from our retinue brought to me immediately. If they're eating, tell them to stop. If they're fucking, tell them to stop. I don't care what they're doing. They are to be here within 20 minutes. Go.
Oh, God. Gisele leaves for like an hour and a half, and I am worried you're about to burn this city to the ground.
And as that look on Baxter's face, he's like, Gisele is missing, and we are finding her.
Okay. Do I leave you here, or do you come with me to tell people?
Chris, remember, you said to not leave Baxter for anything.
This current order supersedes the previous. I will be here. Bring everyone here in front of the church.
Okay.
So you're basically commandeering the church.
No, I'm gonna be out front of it, but like, yeah. We don't have a huge retinue. I think we only brought like 20 or 30 people. It's not a massive amount.
Yeah.
I feel like Baxter is in this is so above my pay grade.
Well, it kind of is his pay grade.
Baxter probably rushes around, and Viz, what are you doing?
Okay, so I see this trap, and I know somebody's following. Someone's had a trap, and this doesn't look like an animal trap, right? This looks like something for people. I set off the trap. Like I know how to like set off the trap, so I like poke it with a stick or throw a rock or something at it. I chuck a rock, trap goes off, and I'm just kind of waiting for the person who set the trap to come out.
Gisele, you hear the trap go off?
I think I'm still gonna. I not metagaming. I think I would remain in hiding because I had to hide a horse.
You're not hearing anybody like yelling or crying at the end of the thing.
Exactly. It's a hanging upside down. I feel like I'd hear like, "Oh no! Ha!"
I know you're out there.
Stay quiet. I'm gonna wait till they leave.
So Viz, you say, I know you're out there. It remains quiet.
Actually, can I walk that back?
Okay.
That they yelled. Do I have any? How well is Gisele hidden?
I mean, do you want me to make a stealth?
If you want to make a stealth, and then Sarah, you can make an awareness.
Yeah.
Is this also stress?
You can start to search. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this my specialty because my specialty is
0.
woods.
Oh
7!
My God.
Yes. If you're 0. I didn't even know that was possible to roll a 0.
No, the 0 then asks you basically to roll bot. That's when you have to roll botch dice.
Still.
All right. You search around. We'll say, Gisele, you are hidden well enough that you do see Viz like searching for you, but you're in a place where, for whatever reason, Viz is just not seeing where you've hidden yourself. But you're able to see Viz like wandering around looking.
I spent years hiding myself in the woods from ex-husbands.
Plural?
Well, no, just the singular, but still.
All right, so Viz, you are searching for a while. You cannot, whoever it was, you're not able to find any tracks, so you're not able to find them here in the area.
All right, I'm going to keep moving.
All right, and you see Viz start to head in the direction of Ponta Maria, to the west.
I'm gonna let them go, and then I'm gonna give them 15 minutes plus however long it takes me to make absolutely sure there's no leaves or scratches in my hair or body. And then I'm gonna go get the horse and catch up to them, like I didn't set them at a trap.
All right, so you're heading along. You're taking the horse along the trail.
Yeah, overly complicated, but good in terms of not being suspicious.
All right.
Don't be
Viz,
suspicious.
after a
Don't
while,
be
you hear
suspicious.
the horse making its way up the trail behind you.
Viz. Viz.
I
Viz.
pop out from behind a tree. Hi.
Good, Viz. There you are. For the first time.
Better? You
So I
doing here?
spoke with the dean this morning after being out all night hunting badgers. How'd your date go?
It was very nice. Thank you.
How was your date a year ago? When you stole the diary of the dean of the Church of Demetrius.
I didn't steal a diary. Stole. Okay.
Did you steal anything with paper, perhaps?
I stole a book. It was like an old book, but it was like I mean, I stole a bunch of stuff. I steal stuff. That's what I do. There was like a ring and a necklace and several pieces of silver and an old book that just happened to be in the box with everything else.
Okay. I'm gonna write a letter for you. When you get back, you are going to you still have the book.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to get the book. You are not going to come back to Demetrius. You can never come back to Demetrius. They
Why
are
not?
because whatever is in that book is I don't know what's in the book. But it's
Neither
not
do I.
good. It's apparently very personal, and it is not to be read for anything, apparently.
I can't read.
Yes, but you're not to give it to anyone. When you get back, I want you to give what is the new person? I know they've been here for like a year and a half, but I keep forgetting their name. The new person,
Derek?
Demetriola.
Ah.
You're going to give this letter to Demetriola, and then you are going to go get the book, and then you are to hold on to the book, and Demetriola is going to get somebody else who cannot read. You're going to give the book to them, and that person is going to bring that book here.
Is this book worth a lot of money?
No.
Are you sure?
Actually, you know what? Never mind. Come with me. We're going to the outskirts of the city, and we're going to work this out with Xaldin. I thought I had a plan, but you know what? Now that I see it, it's gonna take a lot of trust in a lot of different people not fucking up. And if I've learned anything in this job, it's that you cannot trust on other people to not fuck this up.
Here, here.
I don't want to hear that from you right now. Not when you've just fucked this for me.
What have I done?
You stole the diary of the.
I want to say of stuff.
Yeah, you could have stolen anything from important.
I have stolen anything from anybody.
New important rule for your thievery, and I'm not gonna lie, Viz, I was ready to let them take a hand from you if they needed it.
That's not nice.
It's not, and I was ready to have one of the mages regrow it back. I've seen them do it. Regrow one of those hands. It takes a long time.
What?
Yes, and it's horrible and very painful, but I was ready to let you go through that.
Do we want to go back to the Covenant and get the book?
No, because I left Xaldin alone, and we all know how that goes. So we are going to go to the edge of the city. He is going to meet us. We are going to formulate a new plan that does not involve me relying on anyone for anything. And then I am going to go to bed. Or
you seem stressed.
Yes, or I'm going to stay up all night again hunting badgers for a second night.
Badgers. Oh, yeah.
Yes, the badgers and the sheep. We feel like we neglect the sheep a lot, but to be fair, the badgers are much more interesting.
All right. Baxter, you've gathered everybody.
Here you go, sir.
Thank you. Good job. It was 25 minutes, but close enough. I won't get mad about 5 minutes. You did exceptionally well. Good job. I will remember your name, Baxter. All right. All of you.
Thank you, Baxter. I will remember Baxter. I will remember Baxter.
Baxter?
15 minutes later. Who's seen Bruce? So, damn it.
Yeah, Xaldin's gonna be like, all right, here's what's happening. Gisele was looking for Viz. Viz and her are missing. You are to go to every tavern, every brothel, anywhere you can find, and search for them, and don't stop looking until they're found. Specifically Gisele. I don't care about Viz. Find Gisele. I think he's gonna look at Baxter and be like, by the way, who the fuck is Viz?
God, this is that boss that only knows the people, that only knows like a few of the mid managers, and the rest of you are faceless masses.
But anyway, if you know who Viz is and you happen to see them, grab them as well.
If this was Lear doing this trip, it'd be like, cool, you can have him. Have fun with that.
Okay, here we go. Now, Baxter, you stay here. The rest of you disperse.
Why am I staying here with you?
Yes,
Okay.
you did a job effectively, meaning I can trust you to not leave me. So stay here till Gisele gets back. And yeah, he's just gonna start walking around with Baxter looking for Gisele.
So, Gisele, do you Gisele and Viz, you come back to the outskirts of the city?
Actually, I think I'm gonna leave Viz at the edge of the woods. I don't want to get too close to the city. I feel like they're definitely gonna.
Look for.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be like, stay here with the horse. Do not go anywhere.
It won't take you long to find some of the other people from the Covenant. They've been out looking for you. And we'll say they all kind of gather people up.
Yeah.
Viz, do you stay do you stay in like the woods outside the city?
So
Why did I leave you with the horse? The horse is gonna. The horse is my downfall once again
so
by other people.
Sarah would stay with the horse and be a good person. Viz would be like, I have a horse
Of course.
and
of
I am
course.
alone. I need a book. I can get the book. How far is Demetrius from Apollo Maria?
Apollo Maria is about, I think we would turn what, 20 miles or something. It's like a good chunk of a god damn it. It was a travel time thing, which let's see. Horse 20 miles each days.
Can Biz ride? Can they ride? I don't actually imagine that Biz knows how to ride a horse. So
Yeah.
I think that
We'll say it's probably about 15 miles. Like about 20 miles a day is normal on a horse. I think we had it where it didn't take like an entire day to get there, but it did take some time.
I think Viz is doing the calculations in their brain. They're like, okay, I can't ride this horse and I can't walk back to Apana Maria. If I go in the city, I might die. So I do think Viz stays because I don't think they can do anything else. Because like, there's nothing, they can't steal anything in the woods. There's nothing to steal in the woods. I'm just gonna stay right here.
I will take a squirrel's nuts.
Thank God. Thank God riding a horse. Everyone just automatically know how to ride a horse.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Ars Magica.
Also, don't count on people reading.
Reading and horses. We don't got you.
I assume one of the like retinue sees you. Is like, Master Xaldin is going nuts looking for you. Like, he's got us going through brothels, through bars, through everything. You've got to come with me right now.
Where does he think that I go? Why would I be in a brothel for any reason? I'm coming.
He didn't know where you were, and he just wanted us to find you. He's screaming at Baxter for no reason.
Well, he picks someone. That's the thing. You got to stay out of his eyesight. If I go missing, you can't be in his eye line. The first one he sees, he's like a baby goose.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Xaldin.
All right. So Xaldin, you just very very tired probably at this point. Gisele is brought to you.
Xaldin is just gonna have this look of like relief on his face, be like, "Where have you been?"
I was finding Viz, and I did so. I'm sorry, I should have left a note. I came in earlier and you were sleeping, and I thought you might have some kind of like tracking spell, so I figured I would do it myself.
No, Lear has the tracking magic. That's who you want to talk. But Lear's not here. Anyway, so you have this Viz person.
I left them by the edge of the woods because I need someone to go get the book for the dean and bring it back and not read it.
Yeah, yes, the diary.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So Viz still has the diary.
Yes, but it is back at Apano Maria, so
Okay. Perfect. This one right here, this Baxter person, has been wonderful while you've been gone. So
Baxter, can you ride a horse?
Yes.
Do you know how to read?
Yes.
Damn it. Do any of the other guards know how to ride a horse and they don't know how to read?
Well, you'll have some.
I'm sure I could find some. My liege, may I go return to the guards to find a illiterate horse rider, please?
yes, Gisele's back. I said you had to stay here till Gisele was back. She's back. You can go.
Okay, I will find an illiterate horse rider.
Thank you. Okay.
So, who is this Viz?
They are our. If we need someone with light hands.
So it is the one about yay high that steals things that came with us.
Yes, the one that can't stop stealing things no matter how much it inconveniences me.
Ah, well, anyway, what are we going to do with them?
I want them to give that to go back to Apana Maria because, frankly, Michael, are we in earshot of any people from the church?
No.
Okay. Frankly, I don't know what is in that diary, but it must be, frankly, horrible for him to be this serious about whatever's in there. But I also do not care at all.
That was my exact feelings. I don't care. Get it out of Apana Maria. I'm not willing to go to war over a Viz and a book.
I am willing to keep the people around us somewhat alive. Although I was willing to, if they had brought it up, I maybe would have offered it that let them take a hand or something.
Nessa, I don't want to metagame, but can you ask Xaldin if he can grow back hands?
By the way, can you grow back a hand if need be? I also a metagame. This is a spell that why am I
Pen?
blanking on? Yeah, Pen doesn't have it, but it's on my like list to get eventually. Is like the limb regrow spell.
No, I can't regrow a limb. If anyone was going to be able to regrow limbs, it would be Pen. But good luck.
Yeah. I've never seen her do it, but I heard her talk about it one time, so I was like, I bet maybe.
So the plan is a illiterate horse rider takes Viz. Viz gives the book to the horse rider. The horse rider brings the book back to us. We give it to the dean, and then this whole matter goes away.
Yes. And while
then,
I'm a little bit curious about whatever the hell's in there, not curious enough to open whatever pot of fish this is.
Gisele, if you read this diary, I will hurt you.
Yes, I know.
Do not read the diary.
I won't, but we give it to him and then the matter is resolved. But also, I do think Dean Victor is being kind of an asshole.
I mean, he is, but I don't want to go to war with Demetrius.
Well,
I mean, we have the forces to take them out. I just don't want to.
You also remember, the church in general you don't want to piss off because your magic does not work well against holy people.
Yeah. So it no wars against them. Anywho, let's get this resolved because tonight I need riders to chase these animals down with me so that maybe I have more eyes and I'm not just a naked tiger in the woods.
Okay. All right, we can get that going.
Gisele, do you need a nap?
Yes, very much. I have not slept.
Once Baxter gets back, I will do the ordering. Where is Viz?
Edge of the woods with my horse.
Fine. Perfect. Once Baxter gets back, I will have Baxter stay with me. You can go take a rest and then meet me at the areas where all the stuff happened tonight.
All right. Please do not kill Viz.
Viz should feel so honored that everyone is so concerned with their life when it really doesn't matter.
Well, to be fair, one of us is kind of concerned and the other one is not concerned at all.
Well, I don't really care, but if Viz is, I won't actively kill Viz, but
Yep.
I won't interfere if someone else does. So I personally won't kill them.
All right, wonderful. Gisele is going to wait until Baxter comes back because Xaldin cannot be left alone, and then head on her way once Baxter is back.
Yeah, once the illiterate horse riders there
Yep.
back, or
You find the
Xaldin's
people-
gonna get
so-
the whole thing set up.
So Xaldin, do you go out to meet with Viz?
Yeah.
Is Gisele with them, or is Gisele going back to Crash?
I'm going back to Crash, man. I got to be up to us just to hang out and look at people chasing badgers on horses.
Yes.
There's not even anything I can do about it.
So
Is
Viz,
Nessa
you'll
gonna play Baxter now?
Yeah, Viz, you'll see Xaldin and a couple like the riders and such make their way out towards where you're at.
You're Viz.
Yeah, we met.
I'm aware that we've met. So
I want you to know
I want you.
you're
Okay.
Viz.
I'm putting your name to memory now. Didn't you talk to me last night about a date?
It was nice.
I didn't ask. Anywho, here's what's going to happen. This gentleman, not Baxter, is going to take you back to Maria. You're going to get this diary that is causing a political conundrum. You're going to give said diary to this individual. Individual, what is your name?
Hind.
Hide?
Hind.
Hyde.
H-I-D.
Hyde. Hyde. All right, Hyde. You are going to give the book to Hyde. Hyde, you are going to then return with the book to me. Only to me. You're going to give the book to me. And you're going to leave Viz at the Covenant.
Okay, I
This
got
is
it.
the simplest plan in the world. Don't screw it up.
Understood, sir. All right.
Repeat the
Viz.
plan back to me.
B or Viz?
Yes.
Okay. I take Viz back to Maria. Viz gives me the book. I bring the book back here, and I give it only to you.
And you cannot read, correct?
No, I can spell my name, but I can't read.
Perfect. Done. You two get to doing it. And Viz, you're not allowed back in the city or they will kill you.
Yeah, that's what Gisele said.
Just, if you do come back, because I imagine you're going to, just don't come with our retinue.
But I can't ride a horse. You guys have horses.
But then find another way.
Okay.
Well, I think what he means if you are going to come back, you should do so on your own terms, but you don't have to come back if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Correct?
That's fair.
Right, I will remember your name.
He's not gonna remember these names at all.
It's okay. The other guys don't really remember it either.
All right, so Viz is going back to grab the stuff and then have someone
Yeah.
rush back with it. All right, if you want to grab like maybe you meet Baxter for the rest of the time. If you just want to grab like a soldier template,
Okay.
do we want
Me or Nessa?
Probably you, because Anessa will have
Yeah.
Anessa will
I have-
either take Gisele or you can also pick a soldier
Alright,
template
let me
for
find
the
a
search. And
template.
do you want to take?
I think
Do you want to
Bio-break?
take a bio break?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that'd be
fine.
good.
All right, we will be back in about 5-10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
All right, and we are back. All right, so Viz is headed back. We get people probably some sleep, and that next evening you are looking for badgers and sheep.
Yeah. Xaldin was basically wanted to have a couple of the grogs that they brought that were soldiers like on horses.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think 4 of them would be good, sufficient. And he's just waiting in that area that they seem to be attacking. They keep getting closer and closer. I think he's lining everybody up kind of like in the logical next spot to see if they come back.
Gisele is also on a horse because she basically spent her entire winter just like fox hunting, essentially. She's good at 2 things: writing things down and being on a horse hunting something.
Yeah, I assumed that. But if you're out there with the 4 of them, he's got Baxter with him. So.
All right, yeah. Sarah, are you playing Baxter now?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm playing Baxter.
Okay, so y'all at this point, so that evening, are you waiting for like city guards come let you know where they've been seen?
Yeah.
There are like around the city, there are city guards that have been placed with in various places, like basically trying to see if this happens again because they have been causing quite a bit of damage. And then there is they've at least got 1 rider with each of them that are essentially ready to just like haul ass back so they can let you know, and then take you to wherever the current sort of attack is. So this time when it happens, it's on the opposite side of the city. A rider just like rushes back through the streets. And most of the streets are empty in the evenings, especially right now. People know the attacks have been coming, and a lot of people know that the guards are, like, pretty much all the guards are either working a double or they've kind of moved their shifts around because of the damage that's been done. And people are pretty aware of it throughout the city. And, like, up through these empty streets, and so it's on its way there, and one of them kind of like brings his horse to a halt in front of you and goes, "South side of the city, sir. If you follow me, I can show you."
All right, let's go. I'm just telling everybody, let's go. You ready,
Baxter's
Baxter?
right. Yes, sir.
All right. So as you head down, you're going through the streets, and you actually see like a small home on the outskirts literally collapse as you're sort of on your way there, and there's like a fence, like a large fence in that area that's kind of bowing, and just you see it start to come down. And then you see like this very large looking badger thing kind of make its way over. And the thing is at least, we're talking maybe twice a bear size as the thing is coming over. And there's like other people have kind of ran and are fleeing that way as y'all are headed towards where these things are.
All right. So once again, how many of them are there, or is it just this one this time?
No, it's there's like probably 40 of them. Like as you're going through it, and a mix of the sheep and the badgers. A lot of them are, most of them are normal size, often weird colors. And then you've got the ones that are much bigger that are also kind of coming through. And these are being very aggressive compared to how the species normally are.
Okay, perfect. I think it worked last night. I think he's just gonna try to. Oh. TikTok is muted.
Yeah, because the thing is, I can automatically mute it with the. I might be able to do TikTok live on the stream deck at some point. Forgot to undo it because otherwise we come through, even when like we're muted on the OBID. Now, hopefully, in about a week or so from the last, I called someone smooth brain for a really bad take, and it gave me one of those like you have. I'm on a live restriction.
Annihilation, yeah.
The thing is, I can get on live just fine with TikTok Live Studio, or if I just use my phone, but I can't do it through Streamlabs. Streamlabs desktop will not let me do it because I was able to multi-stream.
Do we think kitten or child?
Kitten from the way it was done.
Kitten.
You can talk to a child. They're not like Sarah doesn't have like babies.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, so I think Cat was eating stuff that it
Ah.
wasn't supposed to be eating.
There's a lot of stuff it's not supposed to be eating.
So-
Yeah.
I think it worked last night. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna look for the biggest concentration of them.
Yep.
And
There's a fairly large, just sort of making its way through this house that is destroyed. There's plenty of material right now for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Make your roll.
Yeah, we're gonna Tomb of Canis that. Loud voice, exaggerated gestures. What is the aura? Here?
Oh, the thing is, the aura. Let me make it. The aura is going to be, because I have not, or I think it's probably still on here. Where you're going to be at, it's going to be a divine 2. So the problem is, because you're still in town. Actually, wait a minute. It is also night. So we'll probably end up a divine 1, I believe, is what it'll end up being.
Okay.
So it'll interfere with magic some, but not as bad right now because it is night.
All right. We're gonna do a stress die. Uh-oh.
Roll botch.
Oh, that's still pretty good. Ooh. 24 and a 25.
Yeah.
So,
Nope.
oh no, it's a 20. Tomb of Canis is only a 20? It's a 20. So it still succeeded on a botch.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Yeah, because your casting total is pretty good for that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tomb of Canis, just remember specifically what that.
It basically.
Oh wait, I can click on here. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Just roll a 1d10.
Plus 12.
Wait, first you do the aimed. So basically, do if you want to roll for the aiming is finesse, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, finesse.
So if you cast it, it rises up out of it.
Finesse, is that an ability?
Not
finesse. Perception.
Aiming rolls perception plus finesse plus a die, and in this case, then plus 12.
All right, so it's gonna be the
finesse
perception.
Finesse is a skill, it's an ability.
I do have finesse. Okay, finesse. I had it in there somewhere. There.
So yeah, basically, if you just click on finesse, make sure it's using perception, and then plus 12, because it is a huge amount of stuff that is being dropped.
All right. And we're gonna do stress die with that. 23.
As this thing just smashes up over the place, yeah, their dodge roll will be pretty bad. So this, it just crushes just a ton of them. There's still a few like of the badgers and such that are coming up over. A few of the sheep of the strange colored sheep. What are our guards and Gisele doing?
I guess because we're kind of supposed to be following them, right?
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eyes peeled for any that are like running off in a certain direction, especially if there's like a bunch running in a single direction.
Yeah, right now they're not necessarily running. They're still that stuff smashed a bunch of them. There's and they start like kind of charging some of the other homes and such nearby. You've still got them doing a lot of damage. At this point, you're far enough away they don't seem to have noticed that you were the cause of the Tomb of Canis.
The badgers or the people who live here?
Well, the people they've all ran. They've already fled.
Okay. All right. So I took out a huge chunk of them. There's a few left. There's no people around. I'm gonna wait until they drop another house, and then I'm gonna Tomb of Canis the rest of them that are clumped up.
Do you want to have the guards and such try to kind of corral them all into one area?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Baxter, if you want to make
like
a ride check if you're.
Which ability would that be?
Just be like a ride.
Horse. I just got a picture of a horse.
I don't have ride.
Oh.
That'd be fine. Yeah, because the thing is, you should
I have athletics.
It's one of those things. The guards for because of both the horse, you have the elite guards. You've got the centaur, the Pegasus riders.
Yeah.
You would know how to ride, so that's one that's not on the town guard thing. For the Covenant guards, ride would be one of them. Yeah, we'll say like basically like you and the rest of them kind of corral them in because you've got like with like some spears, some
Mhm.
lances. This says you're kind of moving them through because they're more aggressive, but you're also higher than they are. You're able to kind of hit them with some pointy stuff, and you're able to kind of push them back. And you cast your two Mechanis again.
Yep, I'm about to. I'm gonna make sure that like they've corralled them, but my people are out of the way
Mm-hmm.
because I don't
Aw.
wanna hurt any of my
At
people.
about this point, when they start to happen, they move. You actually see them all start to like kind of move in closer around them, in like in the ruins of the house, the other house that they've dropped.
Okay,
And then, yeah,
that's
go ahead
a
and
28.
make your aim and roll. Again, plus 12 on that.
Of course, I have abilities that need 2 rolls. All right, that's okay. Plus 12.
Like the chances of them dodging, I'm not going to roll a dodge because it would be then you'd roll that to see kind of how much. Yeah.
18.
So yeah, as it drops on them, and there's just. And there's a couple that are still like moving a little bit, but they've been hurt. I'm assuming, does everyone finish them off?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, they're kind of going through some off. Baxter, you find a weird thing as you stab into one of the like one of the large badgers. Kind of comes, you stab into it. You felt what it feels like to hit bone. You hit something else inside of it that's not bone but is hard. As it dies, you're kind of in the stomach of it, and it kind of goes and dies. And there's something in there that's not bone that seems to have been caught up inside of it.
I take my sword and I kind of slash it against the stomach to like open it up.
Yeah, when you open it up like inside of it,
Mhm.
you kind of pull what looks to be a picture frame,
Oh
a
no.
portion of one.
I pick it out. My liege.
I just wave you over.
This was in one of the things.
I'm gonna look at it. So I guess this would be above table question. Would this look similar to the
Oh, yeah.
water frame?
Yep.
Okay.
As the,
And
the,
I'm
the,
sure
the water
at
frame
least-
was a section of it. This appears to be very similar to it. And it is also a portion of it. It's not the full, like, it's like together. This would not be the full frame, but this appears as if it was part of the same one.
I think Gisele was at that, wasn't?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. I'm gonna flag Gisele down. Gisele, come here.
Yes, my liege.
This look familiar.
Oh, not again.
Uh-huh. Here, take this. We're gonna take it back to Apana Maria with us, and we apparently have a bigger issue to look into.
I mean, to be fair, I think maybe we should try to find the rest of it, I guess, because that was the only thing that stopped the water one was like destroying it, if memory serves. It's been a while.
This was after this water stuff had been stopped by smashing those mirrors. This was the part of it was found in a giant carp that was like splashing around in someone's house.
Yeah.
So it was found after the water had been stopped.
So we
Okay.
have 2 pieces of a frame, meaning there's going to probably be a third and a fourth. So we should probably start doing some research into this.
Okay. You think this will make the badgers stop, or is that going to be a whole other thing?
Well,
to say?
I guess the question I would ask you is, when you got the frame from what was it, a fish? Did it stop the water from coming out of mirrors?
So as far as I've heard, yes, but
Then I assume it will stop the badgers, and if it doesn't, we'll come back.
fair enough. All right, let's I guess let's go back to bed for a while, see if we can't wait for Hyde to come back, take care of that, and then go back to Apana Maria.
Mm-hmm. Also, is there a ranking system in our soldiers?
Usually it's by seniority / who's the least of a dick.
Promote Baxter.
Don't really have that ability, but okay.
Another thing you would probably know, and this would be something you might when you get back to the Covenant. If Salim comes back and looks through, Salim actually knows how to like seek out Reese.
Oh, right.
Okay. He's just been gone for a while.
He's
Yeah.
been working on his projects.
Yeah. So I assume we're just gonna say Height came back and we gave the diary back and like montage that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I figure that we might be at a decent place to end here soon. Is there any scenes anybody wants to have before we kind of pull this one to an end?
I think Xaldin is gonna have a conversation with Penn and Lear when he gets back.
Okay, yeah, I
Okay.
can do that.
Yeah.
I'd feel like he would report on this to them. The focus of the scene is to tell about the second piece of the frame
Mhm.
and discuss what we're gonna do with Viz.
All right.
So, yeah, I call the meeting. We get back. I pull you all in. All right. So here's the report of everything that happened at Demetrius. There were oversized animals, badgers and sheep that were orange. And they had after I defeated them all, we found this in one of their stomachs. Lear, this should look familiar to you.
Yes. Something similar happened when the town flooded when the mirrors. It was a fish. This was in one of the fish.
This one was in one of the badgers. So
You are the animal people here.
This is, I mean, who keeps feeding these badgers and fish all these picture frames?
the thing is, we don't know what's doing it.
Mhm.
Obviously, this is someone or something, and it is coordinated. Two of the same artifacts showing up, what, a year apart?
Yeah.
It's going to become a problem, and we should probably look into it. Also, we have a second issue that I need to bring up.
Yes.
Do either of you know Viz? The roguey fella, that the thief that we brought with, I don't know, did he come with one of us? Was he here? Whatever. The thief, Viz. Do you know him?
Yeah, I think from one of the towns that got burned down, right?
Yes. It came with you, I believe. Or was it Celine? It was Celine.
6 in one, half dozen of the other.
Well, the problem is that Viz, they
Mhm.
stole a diary from the Dean of Demetrius,
Mm.
and it almost caused a political conundrum. Basically, Demetrius was ready to go to war over a journal. We returned the journal, no issues, no harm, no foul. But the problem is, if he's going to steal indiscriminately from high-ranking people, this could become a problem, and we need to decide if we're going to allow him to continue to stay here. Is his value worth the headache?
I mean, really, none of their value is worth the headache, but that's why we keep them.
Why didn't you just let him? Why didn't you just let the dean take him?
But he was already out of the city by the time I was informed.
Why didn't they take them?
They were already It seems Gisele did not want him or them to die.
I mean, it is kind of a pain to get a new person, especially with like sneaky. It's like, you know, like
Their
reading.
their ability is quite good at getting things done. I will admit.
Is specialized, but necessary sometimes.
Have any of you seen? Oh God, what was it? The prophecy. It was with Eric. Oh God, it's Christopher Walken was an angel. Viggo Mortensen was the devil.
No, but I want to now.
That sounds really interesting.
There's a cool thing where they would sort of Eric. God, what's his name? Eric. He was the guy that had him.
Eric Bogosian?
No. He was the guy in Pulp Fiction who had him.
Oh, Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz. They would actually perch on chairs in a way that they had to have wings to actually you couldn't see them though because they were invisible. They had to have wings to But there's at one point there's this dead person that Christopher Walken has kind of doing stuff for him. And someone does a thing that basically ends the dead guy. He's like, yeah, thanks for that. And then he's gone. He's like, do you have any idea how hard it is to get one of those? This is how you're talking about Viz right now.
Yeah. At the risk of sounding callous, no, I do not believe Viz has value as a person. But they are useful. Will they be doing this again?
I don't know if they will or not. Well, I've told them that they're not permitted in Demetrius anymore, which kind of limits their usefulness. If they show up in Demetrius, Demetrius is going to capture them and kill them.
So what?
So,
I mean, we at the very least need someone for the tribunal's not for a while, but eventually when we have to go to tribunal, it's going to be useful to have someone sneaky.
Fair.
Find out what all those other people have been saying about us.
Okay, so it seems like we're not going to do anything to this Viz person for the time being.
Yeah, let's just strike one.
I say we don't stop anything from happening to this person either, though.
Of course, I don't want to go to war with Demetrius over a rogue.
Did we look at the diary at all?
No, why would I look at it?
Why wouldn't you?
I'm also kind of curious what was in there that
they're willing to start a war over a diary. You didn't think that was valuable information to have?
I mean, it's valuable information to have, but if they find out that we read it, we're going to war. I don't want to go to war.
They don't have to find out we read it.
Well, I'm assuming if whatever is in there is that bad, that once we read it, we'd probably have to do something about it.
Necessarily.
Do you want me to try to send somebody to keep an eye out?
No, at this point it doesn't matter, but we do need to, let's focus on the animals and the frames.
And the wolf issue.
And the wolf, the ongoing wolf issue, always with the wolves.
I mean, we did get put in charge of the werewolf covenant. It seems that the wolf issue would always be an issue regardless.
I was not made aware this was an issue. I know there was wolves. I didn't realize there was going to be feral wolves.
Yes, we were never briefed of feral wolves, and apparently this has been happening for a long time.
If it wasn't feral wolves, it was going to be something else that would be wolf related because of the wolves.
I don't do animals. Animals do not like me. You think I would have chosen this? Demons, fairies, sure. Animals, no.
And you seem to be the one who's here when all of that stuff happens, and we're not. So
I'm not pleased.
Anywho, so okay, we continue to look at the frame. We continue to worry about the wolves. I say we keep someone. We get someone to kind of follow Viz, keep an eye on them, because I don't want another incident. And if they turn out to be more hassle than they're worth, we just kill them.
That sounds fair.
Done.
Fair enough.
Right. Enjoy your researches. We will meet again at our normal meeting times. Have a good night.
Good night. Night.
I'll see you when I see you.
All right. And anything else before we bid spring 20 or 1223 adieu?
No, that feels about right.
I think Baxter's in his room with his new little badge of his new little rank. Just like, I did really good.
It's like a fictional rank that Gisele was like, yes, I
did really good.
All right, if you want to let people know where we can find y'all.
I'm Sarah. I'm Powerful Week almost everywhere. Come find me.
I'm Steve. I'm the Dragon X on TikTok. You can find me at Beards and Barbarians, the Ronin's Den podcast, Grimstone Gaming, where I'm running The Crypt is Open. I'm a lot of places.
Yeah, hi, I'm Nessa. You can find me everywhere under Loch Nessa, LOCHNEASSA. Even on Instagram if you just want to see a picture of my dad. Because that's all I post on Instagram.
Okay.
That's not all I post, but I did post a picture of him today because it's Father's Day. But I'm everywhere. I'm also on Steve's Grimstone Gaming thing if you want to see The Crypt is Open.
All right. I'm Improv GM everywhere, and we will catch you later.
Bye.